Welcome to the North Shore 9 Podcast, episode number 145, part of the Pod Hub Network. I am Ryan Alexander. Along with me, as always, is Anthony DiNardo. DiNardo, what up?
It's another week closer to baseball, Ryan. That's what's up. And I'm tired as hell, so that's also what's up.
You're tired?
I am tired.
Well, there you go. Well, you know, the United States was so anticipating opening day that they decided to speed the clocks up by an hour.
I like that.
So we're 1 hour closer, and that's probably why you're tired.
USA.
Right? So that's why you're tired, but, you know, it happens. You got to suck it up for the good of baseball.
I guess. So I know I've said it before, I work on Sundays, but now Ryan,
Yes.
my shift's 5 a.m. to 2. That's what time I work on Sundays now.
What?
So I had to be there at 5 a.m. this morning, which, mind you, I came home from Tampa, so I got in last night at like 10:30. Also, mind you, as you mentioned, with the clocks speeding up an hour. So it was basically like I went in at 4 a.m. today.
Yikes.
I'm not happy.
What do you do at 5 a.m.? Like, no one's calling,
Sleep.
right? I mean, right. But, like, who's calling in at 5 a.m.?
People.
Really?
We're a 24-hour environment where I'm at.
I mean, I guess, but, like, the West Coast is even late. It's even earlier. It's 2 a.m. Like, what? I don't get it.
Right. No, actually, if you really think about it, it was only 1 a.m. because at the West Coast, their clocks didn't go forward yet. So
Good point.
there you go. But yeah, so
well, that sucks. So that's, like, for the foreseeable future?
yes.
Yikes.
So, yeah. I mean, I guess the good news is I'll be able to watch all the Sunday games now, for the most part.
Yeah, you'll be home earlier.
Right? So, but
go.
anyways, that's my life. But
Well-
I had fun this weekend.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's get right into it. Your DiNardo's Part 2 spring training trip to Bradenton.
DiNardo's Part 2, yeah.
Well, I guess this was your first trip to Bradenton this year. You went to Clearwater the week before, right?
Facts.
So there you go. So you're at Bradenton on Saturday, and you saw another hell of a game you picked. You picked some good ones.
10-1, baby. It was lit.
What was the score of the first game you went to in Clearwater? Wasn't it like something crazy like that?
I want to say it was like about the same. I can't remember off the top of my head, but
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Hang on. All right, so you went to the Phillies. Yeah, it was the first spring training game.
yeah, the opener, the spring opener.
They lost 3-7, and then 1-10. So, yeah, you're doing
but I was
heck of a job.
yeah. It was just 3-7 the first. Oh, because Martin hit that home run, and yeah, I guess that's right.
That's right.
I guess there was a little more offense that game.
I think it was like, yeah, they were down 6-0 at one point. So
Yeah,
good stuff.
But anyways, no, it was fun. It was a good game.
Well, there you go.
I had fun. I mean, I put it this way. Again, it's spring. I'm not really going out there to watch a victory. I'm going out there just to see players play. I saw, Vasquez pitch. I saw Kela pitch. That was good. I saw Rich Rod pitch. Multiple
Time out.
innings.
Are you going with Kela now? It's not Kela?
So I'm going to put it this way. The announcer said Kela, so I'm going with Kela right now.
Wait, who said that? Greg, or you mean the PA announcer?
Yeah.
Really? I mean, it's Kela.
I mean, I don't know. I hate to be that guy that is calling them like the wrong name the whole time, especially since he won't talk to us.
Well,
Unless he
speaking
does
of that, apparently that lasted not very long because Kela is speaking to the media again.
Oh, that was great. So that lasted 5 days? Was it even that long?
Like that. I mean, yeah, until he pitched again, somebody wanted to talk to him. So, yeah, it was funny. The first quote I had seen after the game he went to was from Bill Brink, and it was just a Kela quote. And he was like talking about what he was working on, and he had a bad outing, so he wasn't looking putting too much stock into it, and he was working on some different things. And like I had to retweet it and was like, well, what happened to him not talking to the media? Like, that didn't last very long. Like, did Bill Brink make these comments up?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, let's tie the two things together. So me in spring training, Keone Kela. So he says that he was working on a changeup. He's going to take the results into much, distinction, whatever. And I mean, first off, it's spring training, so I don't take the results. We talk about it enough on the show, it seems, these last few times, but Bloop and Blast, he always says, it seems like after every game, he puts out a tweet. He's like, did a spring game happen? Yes. Did anyone get injured? No. Did it matter? No. Right. And that's basically like what it is. And what he's trying to say, which I agree with, like, the results of spring training are meaningless. The scores, the records, like the batting average, the ERA, like whatever, all that is pointless because just as Keone Kela said in this, I mean, they're all working on things. Actually, like, Trevor Williams was talking about his curveball. Like, he basically threw like 8 times all of last year, and he was throwing it a lot this last outing, and basically just to get the feel of it, to see how, if he likes it more or less. So, like, these guys, everyone's tweaking with things, working with things. I mean, it was like, look at Ohtani. Ohtani, like, went through all the spring last year with a leg kick, and then came out opening day without it and just tore it up. Right. So, it's like spring results are very meaningless. But, as I said, to tie this all together, I take it with a grain of salt, but Ryan, he mentioned how he's working with a changeup, and that's why he's not too worried about the results. But let me tell you something. It definitely wasn't the changeup that was getting lit. He gave up 3 home runs in one outing, in one inning. He gave up 3 home runs, Ryan. 95, 95, 96. All low middle. So I will say it seemed to me as if he was definitely working on something, even with those pitches, because after the first home run he gave up, he looked right at the catcher and just kind of like shrugged the shoulders, put his arms up, like he went like, what do you think? Right. He like literally said, like, what do you think? And of course I couldn't see what the catcher said back, but he kind of just like shrugged it off. So like that alone made me think, okay, well, I don't know if it's a different grip or like he's doing whatever. Then the second home run, right, was launched in the like dead center. And I mean, immediately he was smiling. Let me tell you something, Ryan. Someone who's struggling isn't going to smile after giving up a home run like that.
Right.
Someone who's maybe working and tweaking with something is probably going to smile after that. And so then that's when Sirich comes out. He comes out to the mound, starts talking to them, whatever. Goes back in the dugout. Next home run. Same thing. That's 96 miles an hour down low. Home run. I'm telling you, as soon as he hit the home run, Kela was laughing on that. He was laughing. It progressed from what do you think to a smile to he was actually laughing. And he turned back to the dugout, put his hands up. He's like, I give up. So, I mean, clearly he was working on something, but I will say this. It was not the changeup that was getting torched.
Right.
It was clearly his fastball.
Right. I mean, and just to throw it out there, his changeup usage the past 3 years, 1.5%, 1.6%, 1.7%. So
yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, guys come out and they just decide. I mean, spring training's there to basically get in shape, work on some different things, and basically for pitchers, like, get stretched out, for the regular season. Mm-hmm. So, if he's mixing or not mixing his pitches up and just throwing all fastballs and they're just sitting on it, whatever. But I mean, we've seen this. We've seen guys hit like Joe DiMaggio. They go into the season and they can't hit anything. Ozuna. Yeah,
perfect example.
They can't hit anything. And then we've seen guys struggle and then they come out and they're like the batting champion. So it doesn't. Spring training, for as far as results and the numbers and stats, it's nothing. Like, I don't know who takes these and runs with them. So
right, and like you said, I mean, think about it. What perfect time to try something out? I mean, you're not going to try it in April and May. I'm not going to say, you know what, let me see if I can throw a changeup. Not when it matters. I mean, you want to do it here. Like you said, I mean, it's all about getting stretched out, working on your mechanics, and getting ready for April. But if I worked on a pitch over the offseason, now's the time to try it. And again, you don't care what count it is. You don't care who's up. You're throwing it to see how you like it. How you can control it, all that stuff. So, like, yeah, I could care less about the result in spring training. The fact that I think someone tweeted out to us like, well, the Pirates have been outscored 26-3 in like the past 3 games. There's a preview of the season. And it's like, actually, no, not at all. And then, you have Chris Archer come out today in his last start and like just dominating and obliterating everyone. So,
yeah, there was they're talking about Archer and Cervelli's kind of they're getting on the same page and everything. And, just kind of getting better working with each other.
You like that?
Yeah, Archer, 3 innings, 4 strikeouts. He hasn't allowed a run this spring yet. So yeah, I'm not.
Total of 5 innings and 8 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits.
Right.
Again, it's spring. We're spring training where the results don't matter. But at least, I mean, it's encouraging when you see that stuff though too, especially out of a guy like Archer. So. Right,
and especially like with Archer out there, like, I mean, Archer doesn't have the kind of the just like the rapport with Cervelli, basically, with coming here last year in midseason. So they put Cervelli out there on his start today, and they were both obviously meshing pretty good together, and hopefully it gets better from there. But getting onto the whole spring training stats don't mean much. So Mitch Keller was in the group of the first cuts that the Pirates made, from guys from big league camp to the minor league camp, and 4 innings, DiNardo, 10 hits, 10 runs allowed. Wasn't very good, but
22.50 ERA.
Yeah, it's 4 innings in spring training. Like, people are out there, as I tweeted out, I'm like, oh, did you hear the news? Like, Kela's a bust now after 4 innings of spring training. Like, it's 4 innings. And here's the thing that cracks me up about the overreactions, too. Like, it's basically a no-win situation, because if Keller, I'm saying Kela, and it's Keller. If Mitch Keller comes out and let's say he goes like 6 shutout,
put some respect on my name.
Everybody's flipping out. Oh, this guy needs to be in Pittsburgh. He's ready right now. Look what he's doing to these, backup hitters for the Twins. He needs to be on the team right now. Bring him up north. Bring him to Pittsburgh. But on the other hand, he has like 4 really bad innings, and now he's a bust. He's the worst thing ever, and the Pirates can't draft, can't develop. Blah 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 blah. So it's like,
well, let's take a rewind. Last year when he was dominating Double A, and he get him up here. Pirates going to be so slow on these guys, and then he goes to Triple A and he struggles, and now he's really struggling, and it's like last now too. Sometimes people need to just chill. There's reasons why there might be some slowness to the development in pitchers. For one, the Pirates love to do that, but everyone's so quick to rush when they're like dominating Double A. Let's see how they handle Triple A as well, because think about putting Glasnow or Keller up here after that. They could have really struggled, and who knows. But anyway, so the one thing I want to say to that too also is about spring training and results and such. I will say some are weighted a little more than others, and what I mean by that is like Archer doing what he's doing, Keller doing what he's doing. Doesn't really mean much to me. They know they have a spot. They're working with things. But when there's actual like
JB Shuck,
Shuck.
He's fighting for a roster spot, and he's tearing it up.
Well, I'll say less JB Shuck, but more. Keller is maybe less of that, but like you're talking like a Brault, King, those stuff. Like when there's like legit battles going on, that's you know what I mean. Like that's where results matter a little more. You want to see things like guys really struggle. Well, then there's no job. Guys do really well, a lot like Nicasio a few years ago. Like you want to see a little bit out of those. But so with that said, Keller kind of was, I think you and I could safely say he was going to make the team regardless, because we know the Pirates and service times and all that.
Right.
But theoretically, he was fighting for a spot. And with those results, he's not going to make it, Right. But I will say, it is a little worrisome to this. I'm not obviously calling him a bust on 4 innings of spring training, but he did struggle in AAA. He did get wrecked right now in spring. So there's a cause, and I don't want to even say concern, but there's a cause to, I guess, really look at this guy in a fine-tooth comb. Maybe he's just not this can't-miss prospect that, I guess, which is funny because everyone talks about, the Pirates can't draft well, the Pirates prospects stink, but every time there's a prospect doing well, oh my God, get him up here, he can't miss. He's gonna save the Pirates.
He doesn't need AAA at bats. Just bring him up.
So again, Keller might need some work in AAA, so let's definitely monitor and watch that, and hope that he might be. That's the thing too. We're banking on him to come up and be number 5 guy, but if he's not putting up results in AAA, that might not happen. So yeah.
I don't, honestly, these 4 innings, I don't put any weight in at all. So you're saying there's some cause.
I'm not going to say that I'm not going to put any weight into it all.
I got 0